Hey everybody, welcome back to Conscientious Omnivore. My name is Pal. Out here in the garden at my in-laws today. Just took out the Starfruit from inside the house, and I'm going to try leaving them outside. Now these Starfruit are actually quite a few years old. I'll put it on the screen. I don't remember exactly when I planted them, but I'll check out some of the older videos and I'll put them on the screen so you can see how old they are. I used to have a couple more, but they all died. And most of them were actually quite small. I think this was actually one of the bigger ones that survived, and this one was kind of like freakishly large. And it's interesting because in one other type of exotic plant that I've tried to grow in the past, there was kind of this like one, you know, in the Lychee, which is actually now my only surviving Lychee. That one grew freakishly large compared to the other ones. It was like significantly bigger. And the same thing happened here with the Starfruit. There was just this one that grew just way bigger than any of the other ones. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's just because I'm growing them from seed and just the, you know, the genetic differences that can be found in the seeds. I don't know if that's the case, but it probably is, I would imagine. And it's pretty cool to see that there can be such drastic big differences. I mean, it's, you know, probably close to double the size of this one, and this was the next biggest one. All of the other ones were much smaller, probably like, you know, maybe 2/3 the size of this one. So this was like 3, you know, almost 4 times as tall and more bushy and bigger than all the other ones that I grew from seed. So it's very interesting. But anyway, this plant has been proving very fickle for me, and I think one year in the summer I tried bringing them outside and they did not do well. And I had a very helpful comment from one of the viewers saying that they don't handle wind very well, and it does tend to be pretty windy here, even in the summer. So I'm not really sure exactly how well they'll hold up, but I feel like they're just kind of languishing out inside, and they just don't really grow well. I definitely need to put them in bigger pots as well and rejuvenate the soil a little bit. The mulch on both of them has kind of broken down a little bit, and there isn't really much left to feed it. I don't put any kind of fertilizers on any of my plants, which probably also accounts for how small they are and limited growing space. So I just wanted to do a very quick update on these and kind of show them, and basically just mention that I am going to be bringing them outside. It's right smack in the middle of our summer right now. We're going into the end of July. Should have like another month and a half of really good hot weather, and I'm hoping that these do pretty okay in that amount of time. All I'm going to do today is just go in and kind of snip off these little dry branches that are here and there, like over here and on the side here, and then I'm going to just repot them into bigger pots. Like maybe I'll move this one into that one and move that one into one of the bigger pots that I have empty, and that's it. But regardless, it's a really beautiful plant. I kind of wish it was growing, you know, bigger. I really like Starfruit, and you know, I think again, this is, like I said in my exotic plants update video, really just, you know, my long-term goal is to get the Walipini built at some point. I don't know when that will happen, but when it does, you know, this is hopefully going to still be alive, and then I can plant it out in there and it will hopefully grow better. It's a really beautiful plant. It has these kind of like star-shaped branch formations, so it kind of forms the shape of a star, almost like the fruit itself, which is really cool. And during the evenings, the leaves close up like that. I just brought this outside, and it was indoors where there's very little sun, because we're kind of shading the room that it's been in for avoiding some of the heat in the house upstairs. And you know, I think I'm going to keep this under the pine tree here for a little while, just to make sure it doesn't get too sunburned. And then after maybe like a week or so of it being here, I'll move it to a slightly more sunny spot with the other exotic plants. If you're curious about the other exotic plants, definitely check out the other video, and I'll link the video for how I grew this from seed as well. So check that out if you want to grow it yourself. And yeah, let me know if you have better experience with it, or you know what you know, kind of tips you have besides growing it in a Walipini, which obviously would help, or a greenhouse. But yeah, we'll see how it does. I'm kind of even okay with it potentially, you know, losing some of its leaves or something out here in the wind. But yeah, we'll see if you know, if it puts out any new growth or kind of starts doing something, because it hasn't really done much indoors in the past couple of years. I feel like I'm just barely keeping it alive. but I mean, that's really the case with most of the plants, with these exotic plants. So we'll see. All right, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, please. That helps me out a lot, and hope you guys are doing well, and see you in another video soon. Bye.